Hi, welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Valaverse Action Force Weapons Pack Echo, and that is right. I finally got around to E, even though I started with Golf, Foxtrot, and Echo. But this is the one that I'm probably least excited for, but hey, maybe you are really excited for. It does have a machine gun in it, so right away I'm going to say I apologize for calling the Chris Vector a SCAR. I actually do know the difference, and I know the difference because I literally had to do some research when I first started getting weapons packs on what a SCAR was and what a Vector was, but it had been a long weekend, a long week, a long 2 weeks, and I just kept doing it over and over and over. So, I know the difference. You don't have to correct me anymore, but in this video, I'm not going to say whether or not any type of, what type of weapon it is. Except for maybe like a shotgun. It is a shotgun. I'm not going to try to explain what kind of shotgun. So anyway, here it is. These are not available yet. I believe they're going to be available at the end of August, early September, so you'll be able to get them. They're not exclusive. I got them at PowerCon. So anyway, here they are. There's a machine gun. There's a shotgun. There's some other type of rifle, another rifle, a pistol. Again, I'm not getting into it because, listen, I was corrected. I was wrong. It happened. So anyway, this is what we're going to look at. We're not going to look at me too long because what else is there to say? I like the weapons packs. They give some good weapons, but we are going to see how this thing looks on trigger. It's still by far the best Valaverse Action Force figure. Can't say by far because blowback comes in a close second. So anyway, stop looking at me. Let's look at this. But before we do, take a second. If you like the content I'm giving you, hit a like, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop a Valaverse video. Alright, so we got the weapons out. First thing I'm going to say is that I am missing this blast effect. It was not in the pack. Again, it's supposed to come with 3. This is the one that you plug into it rather than it plug into the portholes. Not a big deal. That type of stuff does happen, but it was missing it, so I had to pull this from another weapon of mine. So, quickly we'll take a look at what I do believe is a SCAR. Again, if I'm wrong, I apologize. Feel free to just correct me nicely. I know, it's not a Vector. I know the difference between the SCAR and the Vector. This does not have a port. This is exactly what that blast effect is for. It has a removable magazine that clips in. I did not call it a clip. I said it has a removable magazine. And then I dropped it. Go figure. Absolutely wonderful. Things are going beautiful in this video for some odd reason. All their weapons this time around, maybe they're always like this. They only seem to have 2 paint apps. And honestly, some of them are kind of bland. I'm not going to be 100%. I'm not going to lie about that. So there you have. Now, if you take the blast effect here, it's kind of going to just port on. And I really do like this idea that instead of trying to make the barrel a little bit wider, you just made a blast effect that fits. And again, I think they make the best blast effects. They're just short, sweet, right to the point. Here we have the shotgun. We've already reviewed this one. This one is just all black. It does have removable shells, so you can swap them with the other shotgun if you're interested. So you can kind of make 4 different shotguns or just have them taken off, have them riding around with it. I'm sure you can do all kinds of shots with it. The detail is really nice. Again, these are all done by Mark II Toys. He does a wonderful job. He has his own line of weapons. He does a lot of 3D prints that you can buy. You don't buy the actual 3D. Buy the 3D print and then you print it. Then we have what I believe is the MP9. All right, so this is an all-new mold. It has a suppressor on it. It does have this little ring around it. So this is where I would assume, put your strap so you can hold it onto you. No removable magazine. I do love the way this looks. I will say, I still believe that the handle on this one is too big. Aesthetically, it may be correct, but their hands are smaller. And it creates a problem. It really stretches out the hands, but not that big of a deal. I can make it work, but the stock is smaller on this one. Just playing around with the first one that we got from I think it's in the golf pack. It fits better than the old one that they had. Then we got this weapon here. I have no idea what it is. Not a big fan of it. All these are real world weapons from what I understand. It looks nice, no paint apps to it, just pure black. This is a weapon I can probably see myself not using. Like I said, this is to me the pack that I wanted the least amount of. That I wanted the least. Another weapon that I don't know what it is. Might work for some of the females. They just look a little bit better with smaller guns because they're smaller. Again, no removable mag, just one paint app on it. It looks okay, but again, another gun that I probably will not be using because I just have no connection to it. I don't think it looks all that nice. Then we got this type of rifle with a scope. I have no need for this. I had no need for the Tommy gun, but the Tommy guns are just cool. This I have absolutely no need for. Unless if I have Arnold Schwarzenegger riding on a Harley Davidson, spinning it around, and shooting at the Liquid Terminator. I don't really have a need for this. It looks decent, has a scope on it, but I have no need for it. But hey, you know what? It's there for you. We got the smaller revolver. Again, not a big fan of this. I think it looks decent though, but I'm just not a huge fan of this weapon. This has now been in two of the different weapons packs that these came out in. It'll be coming with the Colonel Siege or Colonel Courage, or I don't know, whatever the Colonel's name is. He'll be coming with two of them. Here we have the nail gun. Yes, people have already referred to it as a nail gun, and it does look like a nail gun. But if you know exactly what it is, feel free to comment, tell me. I believe that this is a magazine that's made to quickly reload. So you're holding the magazine in front of you, and then it holds there. I might be completely wrong. It's just what I'm looking at. And again, it's my headcanon. I do what I want. And here we have another pistol. I don't mind this pistol. It is different. Again, all the exact same colors for the most part. And they're very... I'm not a big fan of the color scheme for most of these weapons this time around. And like I said, this pack to me is the least impressive. But I do like this pistol. I think it's going to work with maybe some of the females or some of the smaller guys. Give me a second here. While you are waiting for me to open the door for Roman, who has to come in and out and in and out, take a second, hit that like button, and leave a comment. All right? Tell me what you think of these things. I really like the weapons packs. I think they're great. Even though I have more weapons than I know what to do with these days. Now that Hasbro actually gives us good or decent weapons. I got all the Valaverse. I got all those packs. So now here is what's really going to get people to buy this, I believe, is the new machine gun. And I do have Trigger over here, so we're going to put it on Trigger. And I'm going to say that it clearly is meant to be the same color scheme for the most part. Roman, why can't you leave me alone right now? Go downstairs and see the girl. It's very close to the same color. The design is completely different. I have no issues with this machine gun here, with this saw, but this is the new one. I would assume this is going to come with the new pack for Trigger. So let's take a look at it. Let's armor it up and see how it actually looks. So you have your ammo clip there that it kind of sits in. Here you have your bullets. Probably should have put the bullets on first. So there's the little peg right there. This thing just kind of pegs in. That's what she said. Gonna pop that up there. In there you have the bullets that are kind of hanging out and firing. You have a bipod that is open. And then you also have a bipod that is closed. Now these are the same idea that came with the sniper rifle over here, but they're not the same. So I don't really have a problem with them being open, but I guess if you do a lot of pictures, you might want them so it looks like they are where it's closed with the running with it. It's probably going to be a little bit easier to hold. So there you go with that. Again, this one also doesn't have a port for blast effects. It uses this blast effect. And again, I am a little disappointed that I don't have, that I'm missing one. I like this. I think this looks really good on the machine guns. So also with this one here, we get 2 smoke effects. I really like the smoke effects. I get a Black Widow that came with it, but they don't really fit in anything else. That just looks really sweet. I believe there's I want to say the Viper 3-pack also, but I like that. It gives it some really nice depth to it. Then we have, again, so here's the MP5. Here's one of the blast effects. You know my feeling on blast effects coming out of a suppressor. The suppressor is literally meant to suppress the the blast effect, so it kind of ruins the idea of having this, but that is how that fits in. I was able to, I mean, well, I guess that doesn't have, the shotgun doesn't have it. I don't like these other guns. I just don't like them. So there you go with that. And then you have the bigger one, which you would use for, in my opinion, probably the shotgun. So there are different blasts here. And then you also have the extra 2 magazines. Again, so many magazines that we have. But anyway, there it is. All right, so now let's kind of armor them up here. Or at least put a couple of things on it here. So here we go. Here is the new saw. We're going to take Trigger. We're going to see how he looks with it. Maybe knock the blast effect off. So this one here definitely seems to fit way better than the other one. It is a smaller stock, so you're actually able to get them into a firing position and actually have the hand holding it there. Now, I'm not a fan of the different bipods. I feel like they're just going to end up breaking or losing it. But if you want to have them running around with it, there you go. And now, so I think it looks really good. I like the fact that I can pose it a little bit better. It was one of the things that Bobby kind of complained about later on. Some of the weapons he wasn't able to use them all that well. So, now let's try the shotgun here. Now we've already done the shotgun here. Let's throw this on a rock and roll here. He's kind of a badass with a shotgun. I've mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of the C grip, just because they don't really grip it. This actually doesn't look that bad, but I'd rather just pry the hand open. And no, not just for the classified. I also do it with the Valaverse figures too. So, that shotgun, you get a really nice pose right there. Just right away. But again, he's been kind of sitting in a pretty good pose, but I really like that. That looks just really sharp. And the one thing about their weapons is they do not warp, they don't bend. They're not as brittle as they used to be, so that is a good thing. We don't want the weapons being brittle, breaking, all that fun stuff like that. Here we have the new Swarm figure here. What can we mount him with? Throw the MP5 on him. MP9, I believe, actually. So, the one thing is, because he's black and gray, this gun kind of gets lost in the mix. He does come with a vector that's red, so there you go with this guy. I think that looks pretty good here. But you're just kind of getting an idea. Now, I do want to mount. I want to use this one here. Just see how well it goes. So we'll grab Stalker. Here's the guy that I had closest. Now, this here makes it, again, with this here, it makes it difficult to get the hand in along with the trigger finger where it's supposed to go. And then you have this piece right here, the handle. To grab it like this. And I just, again, Classified has one. Came with the snake eyes. I just don't really care for it. I don't think it's the greatest design for a weapon, for action figures. So, but that's how it looks. Not that bad, to be honest, but you know, still a little disappointing in my opinion. I've been moving these figures around for quite some time. So now we got, we'll do this rifle just because I really don't like the way that it fits. Or I don't think I'm going to like the way that it fits. So it is made so it does fit at least the Valaverse hands. And since the Valaverse hands should have a trigger that they aim this way, so that's not bad. I'm kind of digging that, but I don't think I can really get it. You know what? You can actually get it into the shoulder position. So I have to say, this is designed. I gotta get his hand a little bit smaller here. Gotta say, this is actually. You know what? This may go from a weapon I didn't like to a weapon that I really do like. I don't think it's going to fit on classified because, if I am correct, the classified figures, most of their hands go back and forth this way rather than up and down. Although I'm looking at an eel right here and I'm seeing I'm absolutely wrong. I could be completely wrong. Now, whether or not their hands fit in, because all the Valaverse hands are pretty much the same. But I went from really not liking this to now posing it on here and saying that's actually engineered pretty nicely. So anyway, that's putting some of them on there. I'm going to finish up. I'm going to wrap some other things up here and do my final thoughts on this figure. Let's grab this small little gun here, the nail gun. Put it on our original Scarlet with the new Black Widow head, which I think looks way better. And that doesn't look that bad. All right, let's wrap it up. All right, so final thoughts on this weapons pack. It is the one that I wanted the most. The shotgun is okay. You definitely want the machine gun. It fits a little bit better. Again, the MP9. The one silver shotgun that I said I didn't want, I actually really do like. But there's some weapons in here that I just don't think that are that great. We're gonna get them with other figures and different things like that. But the smoke effects are always great. The blast effects, again, I really do like them. Again, some of the other weapons I'm just not a big fan of. But hey, you know what? $13 to $15, I forget exactly what they are when they come out. It's worth it. You get so many weapons, and again, I have an abundance of weapons that I don't know what to do with, but now I can arm figures that maybe don't have weapons, such as the eels or the early classified figures, but again, I've already armed all of them. So anyway, that's my final opinion of this. All right, so there you go. That's my final review of the Valaverse Action Force Weapons Pack Echo. I'm done with my Valaverse reviews from PowerCon. Again, there was a lot. I've been doing a lot. It's been crazy. I did want to get this one done. So anyway, you know the deal. Jump on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, the Facebook group is Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. And the social media is Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Punk with Toys. Go over there. Follow me. I don't know why you haven't already. And last but not least, I just ask, if you like the content, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification, so you're notified every time I do drop another video. But anyway, what I am going to do is, before you leave, like, don't leave. I know you like the content. You stayed this long. I understand. Listen, the Vector, it is not a Scar and vice versa. So go watch this video and ignore that. And here is all the Valaverse playlist of everything that I've done. Take care.